Hey, it's W5HRO. Here's a update on this Swan WM3000 watt meter. If you remember, I told you the peak reading scale wasn't working on it when I got it, so I did go through and I completely rebuilt that board. New electrolytics down there on the end, new power supply rectification diodes. The other ones down there that look like germaniums are 15 volt 1 watt Zeners. There's a 15 volt supply and a negative 15 volt supply for that op amp. And then there's another diode there, there's a germanium, and I wasn't sure exactly what the one in there that I pulled out, but I went through and I replaced all those components. That's only a standard, like a 1N914. It's not a 914, but it's like it's a 1N34A, I believe. It's only about a 50 mil diode, so we'll see what happens. If it doesn't hold up, then I'll replace it. But the chip is new, but I put it, if you can see, I don't know if you can see or not from the angle here, but that's a socket. I put an 8-pin dip socket in there, so I can, if that chip goes bad, I can just pull it out and plug in a new one. So anyway, but here we go on the RMS scale to start with. Hey, see, there is such a thing as RMS power. It's all a matter of interpretation. You know, what's funny is they eventually, I don't remember the story, but remember the Siltronics radio? Swan became Siltronics, or it spun off of it, or I don't remember the details. They made this meter too that said Siltronics, and then it said SSB and AM, which didn't make any sense whatsoever. So anyway, but basically what this is, that when it's on SSB, it's peak, and when it's on RMS, it's average, is what it is. So, you know, so anyway, here it is on average. Let me, the amps warmed up when I first came in here earlier and did this. I was seeing 70 watts, but the amp's completely hot now. So what I do here, what I do for it, oh God, I was on reflected, no wonder. So showing 60 watts, I need to readjust the load. I need to repeak everything up because it's after it warms up, it settles and you have to retouch it up again. So let me unkey there, and I'll go to SSB, which is peak. And there it is. It's reading a little low. So what I need to do is I need to adjust the meter so all the scales read just as far as a carrier is concerned, as far as carrier output power, there should be no difference between the SSB scale and the RMS scale, or the peak and the average scale. With no modulation, the carrier output level should be identical. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to adjust it to where all the scales are the same carrier level. Now, if I turn the audio gain up here on the Mickey phone, the old Dimco audio compression box, yay. So see, it works now. So I just need to adjust it and put the lid on it, and that's good enough for now. I was going to add the lights to it, but it dawned on me that transformer, most of those little 12 volt incandescent lamps, most of those things draw about 100 milliamps. You know, the 5 millimeter ones, they're like 100 milliamps. Some of them draw maybe 70, 75. I always put a series resistor in there anyway to drop the current down, the limit, to drop the voltage down so the lamps last longer. But I'm thinking I could put one on the positive 15 volt side and the negative 15 volt side. I mean, I could power one lamp up with negative voltage and one lamp up with positive voltage. You won't even know the difference, but I think the current draw is going to be too much for the op amp and the two of those lamps. But I'll see. I need to calculate it up. I need to see what that chip draws. I need to look at the data sheet and get an idea. Then I'll kind of know what to do. So anyway, that's all for now. I just want to show you that I did get the peak scale working. I just need to adjust it. I think I can just adjust this one control at the input, or that controls the op amp, to get the carrier level just on this scale, just to match it so it's the same on both, and that should be okay. But if not, I'll have to go through and I have to, oh God, there's too many of those adjustments in there. I have to dig into this paperwork to find out exactly which set are for the peak scale. So that's all for now. This is W5HRO.